Hello and happy Thursday. Happy February 1st. All Things Healing Podcast. This morning, I want to talk about taking your time. Take your time. A lot of people are in a rush to be in a relationship, in a rush to get married, in a rush to settle down, in a rush to have all these things that they think they need in order to be happy. And I'm here to tell you, none of those things, people, places, and things won't make you happy. Happiness is internal, right? It's a decision. Like with or without anybody, you got to first be happy with you, within yourself. What does that look like? It's going to look different for everybody. There was a time when I was always in a relationship. You see, I had a codependency dysfunction. I had to have somebody. Don't matter who the person was. And I know people around me could not understand the choices that I was making. Sometimes not even myself. As soon as the relationship ended, I was right in another one. When I saw the relationship, the way it was going, I'm like, you know what? I got to go ahead and get me a replacement right now. Because I don't want to be alone. Being alone was scary to me. I didn't know who I was. I for sure hell didn't want to be alone with myself. So I always stayed in relationships. I never fixed the issue. The issue was my abandonment issues, my rejection issues, the things that I had never dealt with. And so all I did was continue to carry those bags into every relationship. It wasn't always the other person, because some part of myself was attracting that person. We can look at other people all day long, but some part within ourselves has attracted this person. We see the signs, we see the red flags. We just think we can love them green. We can change them, we can fix them, we can mold them. That's my story. I thought I could change people. Walking around here thinking I'm Jesus. I thought I could change people. And I realized I cannot. You know how hard it is to change yourself? And you're trying to change a whole nother person? So this was my dysfunctional cycle. And I stayed in this dysfunctional cycle for decades. I started out in a serious relationship when I was like 18. Right? I moved out, got my own place. And then I was dating this person. They moved in with me. 18, y'all. 18. So I was young. Like, I wasn't ready for no relationship, no serious relationship like that. And this person was like 10 years older than me. So it was when I say I was in so many dysfunctional, toxic relationships. But the most important one was the one with myself. Because you set the tone for how people treat you. You show people how to treat you by what you allow. And I allowed so many things, thinking it would change and it would go away. I started settling. These people were giving me money and taking care of me, and I liked that. But then when it came to the person, it's like they were horrible to me. And I was horrible to myself for allowing that. And I stayed on the dysfunctional train for decades. And then this one relationship, I was like, man, I finally feel like this is it. This is the one. And me and this person had conversations in the beginning. And when you tell, here's my experience. I told this person all the things that I wanted and all the things that I didn't want. And this person was like, oh yeah, I want those things too. But people will change their mind. Nevertheless, people can change their mind. People will change their mind on you and about you, and that's okay. In the moment, I couldn't understand that. I was like, I told this person all these things, and now they're saying they want this and want that, and I don't want that. And I told them that in the beginning, like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? And I had to do something. I had to let that person go. And it was hard. It was hard because I thought that person was the one. I had to let him go. And I realized looking back on my life, I let that person go in order to save myself. It didn't work because it wasn't supposed to work. He wasn't the one because he wasn't the one. And God will keep showing you these things through people. And you can go and get these people and choose these people all day long. And He's going to do something to get them right up out your life. Some things we cause and some things He removes. We pull people in, He take them right back out. He shows you who they are. Because He doesn't want you to settle. He wants the best for you. But you got to want it for yourself. So when you find yourself constantly in this circle of dysfunction, take time out for you. Get to know you. Who are you? Because if you don't know who you are, you'll continue to chase after people who don't know who they are, and y'all both just putting band-aids on each other. That was my story. I had to figure out who I was. And once I figured out who I was, then I get to choose who I want to do life with. They don't have it all together. They ain't perfect. But you look at what that person has and you look at what you have and you see if you can do life together. If you can, cool. If you can't, it's okay. It's okay. Take your time. You haven't met that person yet because it's not time. When it's time, and that's what you really and truly want, you'll be open and available for it. There's some things you got to do. If you don't have it yet, there's work to be done. And you can't keep doing the work with another project or another assignment. A lot of times we fall in love with our projects and our assignments, wondering why it's not working. You met for a specific amount of time, and it's time to let that person go. And sometimes we want to hang on because we don't want to be alone. Then we settle. And then we start resenting the person. We start getting just stagnant and stuck in just a circle of nothingness because of the choices that we make. And our choices, especially if you have kids, your choices just don't affect you. They affect your children. They affect your family. They affect your life. They affect your friendships. They affect so many things. So in order to make better choices, we have to make sure we are better. It all starts with us. We can point the finger at everybody else and what they did and who they not and all of the things that they showed us in the beginning. And we pushed past it, got into bed, started having sex, forgot all about all the stuff that they're doing. Right, develop soul ties, and now whether the person is horrible or not, you still want to be with them, no matter what. I'm talking about me. Did it, done it, know all about it. I am so grateful and so thankful I didn't end up with the things I thought I had to have, because they were not what I needed. And when you don't know who you are, you don't know what you need or want. You just don't. That's why it's important to get to know who you are so you can know what you want and know what you don't want. And once you gain that wisdom, that discernment, when somebody comes along, it'll be easy to know that that person is not for you. You won't have to contemplate about all the bad stuff and all the good stuff and what that person been through and what you've been through. You want to meet somebody who is doing the work, who is in their work. And you guys willing to come together. Continue to do the work together while working on each other independently. Because relationships are work. They just are. Marriage is work. It's all work. Nevertheless, you got to be willing to do the work. I feel complete. I wanted to share this because it was on my mind and in my heart. When the relationship is complete, take time for you. Don't rush into nothing else. Because honestly, you're not even ready. You're not ready. You just got out of a relationship. Don't rush into something when you just completed another relationship. It's not time yet. The wound is still fresh. I wish somebody had told me this a long time ago. Would have saved me so much trouble and so many heartbreaks. There are hearts that I broke as well. So I just continue to pray for forgiveness. And I continue to move forward in love and with love. And that all starts with you. So do your work. Take your time. Because who's for you is for you. And you'll know when you meet the one. Till next time, All Things Healing Podcast. Sending love, sending light, sending peace. Until next time. Later.